जय गुरुदेवा 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 श्रीला गुरुदेवाय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा कि जयो जयो गौरचंदेर आरती को शोभा जयो जानावी ताटवाने जग मानलो जानावी ताटवाने जग मानलो जानावी ताटवाने जग मानलो ताटवाने जग मानलो बाकी बदाखी नैनी ताय चान बामे गदाधारा दाखी नैनी ताय चान बामे गदाधारा कि बदाखी नैने ताय चान बामे गदाधारा नैने ताय चान बामे गदाधारा निकाते अद्वैदाशिनी वास छत्रधारा निकाते अद्वैदा वास छत्रधारा कि बबोशी याचे गौराचान रत्न सिंहासने बोशी याचे गौराचान रत्न सिंहासने आरती कोरे ना ब्रह्मा आदि देवगाने आरती कोरे ना आदि देवगाने कि बनरा आदि कोरी चामर दुलाया हरि आदि कोरी चामर दुलाया संजया मुकुंद बाशु घोष आदि गाया संजया घोष आदि गाया कि बशंका बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला शंका बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला माधुर मृदंगा बाजे परम रसाला माधुर मृदंगा बाजे परम रसाला शंका बाजे घंटा बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे शंका बाजे घंटा बाजे हो शंका बाजे घंटा बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे माधुर माधुर बाजे होय माधुर 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 बाजे माधुर माधुर बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे माधुर 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 शंका बाजे घंटा बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे का बाजे घंटा बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे बोलो माधुर 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 बाजे माधुर माधुर बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे माधुर माधुर गौरंगेरारतिक शोभा जग जन मानलोबा गौरंगेरारतिक शोभा जग जन मानलोबा हो गौरंगेरारतिक शोभा जग जन मानलोबा जग जन मान लोबा जग जन मान लोबा जग जन मान लो जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय 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 जय गौरानिताय हो जय गौरा चंदेर गौरा चंदेर गौरा चंदेर जय गौरा चंदेर हो जय गौरा चंदेर जय गौरा चंदेर जय गौरा चंदेर जय गौरा चंदेर चंदेर जय गौरा चंदेर जय गौरा चंदेर जय गौरा कि बबहू कोटि चंद्रजीनी वदन उज्ज्वलाय बहु कोटि चंद्रजीनी वदन उज्ज्वला कि बबहू कोटि चंद्रजीनी वदन उज्ज्वला बहु कोटि चंद्रजीनी वदन उज्ज्वला गला देसे बनमाला कोरे जलमाला गला बनमाला रे जलमाला कि बशिवा शुक नारदा प्रेमे गदा गदा शिवा शुक नारदा प्रेमे गदा गदा भक्ति विनोदा देखे गौरा संपादा भक्ति विनोदा देखे गौरा संपादा कि बजयो जयो गौरचंदेर आरतिक शोभा जयो जयो गौरचंदेर आरतिक शोभा जानावी ताटावाने जग मानलो बा जानावी ताट जग मान हो बा जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद गौर भक्त वृंद गौर भक्त वृंद बोलो बोलो वृंद गौर भक्त वृंद गौर भक्त वृंद गौर भक्त वृंद गौर भक्त गौर भक्त वृंद गौर भक्त वृंद गौर भक्त वृंद गौर भक्त वृंद श्री अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद श्री अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो 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 विंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो ओ गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो बोलो राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो राधे राधे बोलो कृष्णा कृष्णा बोलो राधे राधे बोलो कृष्णा कृष्णा बोलो कृष्णा कृष्णा बोलो राधे राधे बोलो कृष्णा कृष्णा बोलो राधे राधे बोलो राधे राधे बोलो कृष्णा कृष्णा बोलो राधे राधे बोलो कृष्णा कृष्णा बोलो कृष्णा कृष्णा बोलो राधे राधे बोलो 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 कृष्णा बोलो राधे राधे बोलो बोलो राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो बोलो राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो श्री राम जय जय राम राम जय जय राम रघुपति राघव राजा राम रघुपति राघव राजा राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम रघुपति राघव राजा राम रघुपति राघव राजा राम बोलो पतित पावन सीताराम पतित पावन सीताराम पतित पावन सीताराम पतित पावन सीताराम कृष्णा 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 है
कृष्णा 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 है
कृष्णा 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 है
कृष्णा 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 है
कृष्णा 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 पाहि माम कृष्णा
कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्णा पाहि मां
बोलो कृष्णा 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 केशव पाहि माम
कृष्णा 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 केशव पाहि
बोलो राम राघव राम राघव राम राघव रक्ष माम
राम राघव राम राघव राम राघव रक्ष
बोलो राम राघव राम राघव राम राघव रक्ष माम
राम राघव राम राघव राम राघव रक्ष
हो श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री बोलो बोलो हो श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम बोलो रघुपति राघव राजा राम रघुपति राघव राजा हो रघुपति राघव राजा राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे बोलो बोलो हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे बोलो बोलो हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे राधे 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 ओ राधे 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 बोलो बोलो राधे 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 जय 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 श्री राधे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण बोलो बोलो हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हो, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, राम राम हरे
ओ हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 ओ हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम राम।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे,
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम राम।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे,
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम राम राम।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे।
ओ हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे बोलो बोलो
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल, निताय गौरा हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल, हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि, निताय गौरा हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। जय राधा नील माधव राधा श्री राधे, राधा नील माधव राधा नील माधव श्री राधे, जय राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय श्री राधे, जय राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय श्री राधे। Everyone please bow down. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन कृष्णा इसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय हो। विष्णुपाद परहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, नामाचार्य श्री हरदास ठाकुर की, प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपा गोपनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की, वृंदावन धाम की, मायापुर धाम की, जगन्नाथपुर धाम की, गंगा माई जमुना माई की, तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की, सामवेद भक्त वृंद की, बोल प्रेमानंदे। All grace to assembled devotees, all grace to assembled devotees, all grace to assembled devotees, all grace to Shri Guru and Gauranga, all grace to Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada की जय।
नमस्ते नमस्ते नरसिंहाय प्रह्लादलाददायिने हिरण्यकाशिपोर्वक्षः शीलाटङ्कानखालये इतो नरसिंहो परतो नरसिंहो यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहो बहिर्नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहो नरसिंहादिं शरणं प्रपद्ये तव करकमलवरे अद्भुत शृङ्गां दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुशृङ्गां केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव
जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव
जय प्रह्लाद महाराज जय भक्त प्रह्लाद जय प्रह्लाद महाराज जय भक्त प्रह्लाद
जय भक्त प्रह्लाद प्रह्लाद महाराज जय भक्त प्रह्लाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय प्रहलाद महाराज की जय शीला प्रभुपाद की जय Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
ट्यून चेंज करेंगे.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Everyone can chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Bhagavad Gita Grantha Raja Ki Jai. Thank you very much for coming, braving the cold and the darkness for the light and the heat in the temple. And tonight we're going to hear from the Bhagavad Gita and chapter 6 and verse number 5, which is a very interesting verse. And it says, one must deliver himself with the help of his mind and not degrade himself. If the mind is the friend of the conditioned soul, mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. And in the explanation of this verse, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada says, the word Atma denotes the mind and soul, depending upon different circumstances. So this verse in the 6th chapter, 5th verse of the Bhagavad Gita, which is the oldest book in the history of the world, much older than any other book, it says, and you can repeat after me, Udared Atmanatmanam Natmanam Avasadayet Atmaiva Hi Atmano Bandhu Atmaiva Ripur Atmana. There's a lot of Atmas in this verse. It's poetic, very poetic. And the translation is the following. Please repeat after me. One must deliver himself with the help of his mind and not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The word Atma denotes the body, mind, and soul, depending upon different circumstances. In the yoga system, the mind, and the conditioned soul are especially important. Since the mind is the central point of yoga practice, Atma Atma refers here to the mind. The purpose of the yoga system is to control the mind and to draw it away from attachment to sense objects. It is stressed herein that the mind must be so trained that it can deliver the conditioned soul from the mire, meaning the filth of ignorance. In material existence, one is subjected to the influence of the mind and the senses. In fact, the pure soul is entangled in the material world because the mind is involved with the false ego, which desires to lord it over material nature. Therefore, the mind should be trained so that it will not be attracted by the glitter of material nature, and in this way, the conditioned soul may be saved. One should not degrade oneself by attraction to sense objects. The more one is attracted to sense objects, the more one becomes entangled in material existence. The best way to disentangle oneself is to always engage the mind in Krishna consciousness. The word he is used for emphasizing this point. That is, that one must do this. It is also said, Mana eva manusyanam karanam bandha moksayo bandhaya visay at sango muktiyat nirvasayam mana. For man, mind is the cause of bondage, and mind is the cause of liberation. Mind absorbed in sense objects is the cause of bondage, and mind detached from the sense objects is the cause of liberation. In the Amrita Bindu Upanishad, text number 2, it says, therefore, the mind which is always engaged in Krishna consciousness is the cause of supreme liberation. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Well, this is from the most ancient times, the real issue of the human person, how to control the mind, because the mind can be your best friend and it can be your worst enemy. The way that one can control the mind is by regularly chanting every day the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And this way you're meditating on Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The more we meditate on Krishna, or in other words, the more we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the more opportunity we have to control the mind. The less we think of Krishna, the less we will control the mind. But we'll think of so many other things. Your 401k, people that you like, people that you don't like, how much money you have in the bank, and so forth. The mind will be wandering all over the place. But if we keep it focused on Krishna, and the easiest way to do that is by chanting the Maha Mantra, the great mantra. Man means the mind, and Tra means deliverance. The great mantra that delivers the mind from ignorance. So, what is ignorance? Ignorance is meditating always on materialistic things, things that are temporary. Whereas a person who is in Krishna consciousness learns to meditate on things that are eternal, things that are temporary, well, they don't really lead you anywhere. You are led to something that is ultimately zero. But if you meditate on something that's eternal, then you will be meditating on something that will lead you to eternal life. Therefore, we have to decide how we're going to use our mind. Are we always going to use it to meditate on temporary things that are all destined to disappear in time? Even great civilizations have disappeared in time. Even great personalities have disappeared in time. So what am I going to do with my time? Well, the best way to use our time is to be involved in devotional service to Lord Krishna. Devotional service to Lord Krishna is the most, let's say, direct way to associate with God or Krishna. You render service to the Lord. There's so many services that you can render to the Lord in this temple. And we invite people to do it. And also, we have so many fun services, like we have festivals, which requires a lot of help. To do the Ananda Mela festival, we need at least 400 devotees, or 400 people to engage in setting things up and preparing things and then tearing everything down and so forth. It's a festival that attracts about at least 10,000 people, at least, even more. So, by activities of devotional service, one becomes purified. Now, there are people who spend a lot of time going to bars and drinking liquor, and they think that is going to give them happiness. But actually, it's miserable. It's not going to. They're not going to really be happy. Although they look like they're happy, they look like they're smiling, but actually, it's not good for their health either. Drinking liquor and wine and so forth, eating meat and gambling, and all the so-called sinful activities: meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, intoxication. But for some people, like sometimes, one time I was giving a lecture and I was explaining that these four things are the causes of misery in life: meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, intoxication. One man raised his hand up. He said, if I follow what you're saying, I may as well commit suicide, because those are the only things that give me happiness in life. That means that he's a bankrupt person. He doesn't know what is really good for him and what is not good for him. However, here in this verse today is very important. It says, one must deliver himself with the help of his mind and not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. So, how to control the mind? This is a big subject. How to control the mind. That's why we have deities. Beautiful deities. That's why we chant Hare Krishna, the most powerful, wonderful mantra. Man means mind, and tra means deliverance. If you want to deliver your mind away from mundane things and direct it towards spiritual things, you chant the Hare Krishna mantra. The mantra is directly putting you in contact with Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So everything depends on what's going on in your mind. Many people have trouble with their mind, and they're not able to control it. And so many horrible things happen, especially becoming angry and then saying things or doing things that will put you in trouble. So to be able to control the mind and always say things that are uplifting and also spiritually inspiring, you have to have control of the mind. and you have to have some knowledge. But most people are not trained how to control the mind. And I mean, they can be trained to do some exercises. They can be trained to learn some things to pass a test and so forth. But to control the mind is the most important thing. Otherwise, it becomes your enemy rather than your friend. So many times, someone might be insulted and they get so angry that they can't get it out of their mind. And now they're being controlled by that anger, see. So a person has to learn tolerance. No one is going to live a life without being tested. And the test is that sometimes people insult you. Sometimes things will happen that make you very angry. But you have to be able to control the mind, otherwise you're going to get into trouble. So the control of the mind is not difficult if you are in the company of genuine devotees and if you take up the chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra seriously. So whenever someone insults me, and everybody in one time or another in life will be insulted by someone. So I've always made a little, let's say, a little, let's call it a way of dealing with being insulted. I've always been able to control myself when I'm insulted by chanting more rounds that day. So the person who insulted me becomes my guru now, because instead of getting angry, he's helping, he or she is helping me to chant more rounds, you see. So in this way, that's a little like promise I made to myself. When anybody ever insults me, I'm not going to get angry, because this person is actually helping me chant more Hare Krishna Maha Mantras. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When you make a promise like that to yourself, then you're able to control your mind. But if you don't have a promise like that, and someone insults you, obviously you get angry, and then you might insult them, and then it's a whole downward spiral of bad language and who knows what, maybe even violence. So it's a good thing to make a promise that whenever anyone insults me, I will chant more rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So it's very good to have these beads and chant every day. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I always have my beads with me wherever I go. So that way, I have some way to control my mind by a promise I made to myself. So therefore, instead of seeing that person that insulted me as an enemy, I see them as a guru, because they're inspiring me to chant more. So I'm not disturbed by their insult. I actually am happy because they are giving me an incentive to come closer to Krishna by chanting his holy names. So these are things that not everybody understands. What they understand usually, if someone insults them, they get angry and they might insult that person. But that is not going to be a positive thing. It's only going to create more and more problem for a person. But if someone insults you and you actually mentally thank them because you have this plan that you made, or this promise that you'd made, that whenever you're insulted, you're going to chant more mantras on your beads. So therefore, they insult you, and you you begin to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now you don't want to let them know that you're happy that you were insulted, because they'll get even angrier. Right? But you can, excuse yourself and walk away, and keep chanting Hare Krishna until your anger or your hurt goes away. But actually, what is hurt? When you're insulted, which part of your body is hurt? What? Well, yes and no. It's more specific than the mind. It's the false ego. See, I am not this body. What am I? I'm the soul. Right? It's animating the body with consciousness. So if I am insulted, it's only my body that's insulted, not my soul. My soul is eternal. And my soul is not part of this material world. But if I identify with the body, I will be insulted, right? Or I will be hurt. But when you understand I'm not this body, that insult was directed toward the body of someone, including the mind. So therefore, if we understand who we are, first of all, the beginning of spiritual life is to understand, number one, I am not this body. Why? Well, we've had many bodies. When you're born, just like here's a little boy, right? Now, he's going to grow up to be a big man, right? So, is he his body? No, because it's temporary. He's going to, all throughout life, he's going to be changing his body. So, if someone insults him when he was, a child, and then 10 years later, he's no longer that same person that got insulted, right? So we have to understand what is real and what is not real. So there is that is called Sat and Asat. Sat means what is eternal, and Asat means what is temporary and not real, because it has no endurance. Therefore, when we are insulted, we should make let's say a promise that on that day I will chant more rounds. Now, the person who insulted me becomes my guru, because he's inspiring me to chant more Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So instead of getting upset, instead of getting into a rivalry or fight or use bad language or whatever, one is actually thankful to that person. That person is acting like a guru, because they're inspiring you to chant Hare Krishna more. So everything depends on how you see things. See, darshan, how you see things, and how you, let's say, understand things. So the first thing that we have to understand is, I am not this body. So if someone insults me, they are only insulting my body, not my soul. My soul is eternal, and my soul is part and parcel of Krishna. So that insult does not go to my soul. It goes to my body. But I'm not this body. So therefore, there's no reason for me to get upset. All right, so here, the verse we're learning today is in the 6th chapter, text 5, where it says, Udared, Atmanatmanam, Natmanam, you can repeat after me. Udared, Atmanam, Natmanam, Avasadayat, Atmaiva, He, Atmano, Bandur, Atmaiva, Ripur, Atmana. And you can repeat after me. One must deliver himself with the help of his mind and not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. Okay, so that means The mind that is not controlled is your worst enemy, and he's living right with you, right? He's the closest person to you. But the mind that is controlled is your best friend. So we have to learn the secret of how to control the mind. So in this purport today, it says, and you can repeat after me, the word Atma denotes the body, mind, and soul, depending upon different circumstances. In the yoga system, the mind and the conditioned soul are especially important. Since the mind is the central point of yoga practice, Atma refers here to the mind. The purpose of the yoga system is to control the mind and to draw it away from attachment to sense objects. It is stressed herein that the mind must be so trained that it can deliver the conditioned soul from the mire of ignorance. In material existence, one is subjected to the influence of the mind and the senses. In fact, the pure soul is entangled in the material world because the mind is involved with the false ego, which desires to lord it over material nature. Therefore, the mind should be trained so that it will not be attracted by the glitter of material nature. And in this way, the conditioned soul may be saved. One should not degrade oneself by attraction to sense objects. The more one is attracted by sense objects, the more one becomes entangled in material existence. The best way to disentangle oneself is to always engage the mind in Krishna consciousness. The key is used for emphasizing this point. That is, that one must do this. It is also said, Man eva manusyanam karanam bandhamokshaya bandhaya vishaya sango muktyat nirvisayam mana. For man, mind is the cause of bondage, and mind is the cause of liberation. Mind absorbed in sense objects is the cause of bondage, and mind detached from sense objects is the cause of liberation. This is a quote from the Amrita Bindu Upanishad, verse number 2. Therefore, the mind, which is always engaged in Krishna consciousness, is the cause of supreme liberation. This is a very important verse. This teaches you the value or the, let's say, importance of controlling the mind. Therefore, you will not say things or do things that compromise your dignity and you'll be able to speak to people with uplifting thoughts and statements and avoid anything that is demeaning. In this world, the worst thing is to use demeaning language. That gives people a window into what kind of person you are. So therefore, we should never use bad language, and we should never insult anyone, even if we're insulted. But we should make a vow. If somebody insults me that day, I will chant more Hare Krishna mantras. Now the person that insults you becomes your guru, because they're inspiring you to chant Hare Krishna more, right? So these are little promises you have to make to yourself. You see, you have to speak to yourself. You have to understand yourself, and you have to have a strategy to avoid demeaning yourself. See, demeaning means saying or doing things that you will regret in the future. That should never be our position, saying or doing things that we will regret. We should always say and do things that are uplifting and beneficial, not only to ourselves, but to others. All right, so this is a wonderful verse. Udared atmanatmanam, natmanam avasadayet, atmaiva hi atmano bandur, atmaiva ripur atmana. This is poetry, Sanskrit poetry. It's very profound. One must deliver himself with the help of his mind and not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. Okay, so I did read the purport, right? Yeah. So I'm going to ask if anybody has a question, because it's very good to have a doubt and ask a question to hear the answer and erase that doubt in your mind. So does anybody have a question? Don't be afraid to ask. Go ahead. Yeah, yes, Prabhu.
So Maharaji, I think you gave a suggestion that when someone is angry, basically someone insults you, take a promise to yourself to chant. What to do in the
Yes,
heat?
you have to speak to yourself.
Yeah, speak to your. But
Okay.
what to do in the heat of the moment, right? Like when you are in an argument, like you are angry, right? Like, can you suggest?
You have to remember what you made, the promise you made to yourself. You say, if you promise that whenever you're insulted, you will chant more rounds of this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra.
Yes,
So now the person that insulted you is, in a sense, your guru,
yes, Maharaj.
because they're inspiring you to chant more Hare Krishna mantras.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard this before?
Yes, Maharaj.
From me?
Yes, Maharaj.
Have you ever heard it from anyone else?
No, Maharaj.
That's why it's good to come to class.
Yes, Maharaj. But
Yeah.
like, how do you? I think you also said that like one should learn to tolerate.
Yes.
So can you suggest, right, like more like what one should do to tolerate?
Yeah. One should, first of all, accept the person that tolerates you as your guru, because you have made a vow that whoever tolerates you, you're going to chant more rounds that day. So you don't see that person as an enemy. You see them as someone who's helping you become more Krishna conscious. Now, you don't want to tell that person this, because they'll get angrier, because they don't see you get upset, and you're even smiling because, thank you very much, and you start chanting, right? But secretly, you make this, let's say, promise to yourself. You have to be able to talk to yourself, right? And therefore, walk away and ignore the insult and purify it by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. How many people have mantra, these beads, or have beads to chant Hare Krishna? Raise your hand. Okay. Very good. So we should use them. They can save you in many different circumstances if you actually use them. What's the purpose of having these beads? It's to always remember Krishna. So I always have them with me, and I always chant at least 16 rounds on these 108 beads every day. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now, if you do that, it's exercise for having a peaceful and spiritual life. And also, preparing yourself for the moment of death. So there are many things that happen when you chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. The most important thing is it prepares you for the moment of death, because if you can remember the name of Krishna at the moment of death and say it, you go back to the spiritual world. See? Now, some people say, oh, okay, well, I'll just continue sinning, but at the moment of death, I'll say Hare Krishna. It doesn't work like that. Practice makes perfect, just like in any, let's say, in any endeavor, practice makes perfect, right? So if you're always practicing talking nonsense, you're not going to be able to remember Krishna at the moment of death. But if you're always chanting Hare Krishna throughout your life, because you have a vow to keep. Now let's talk about that. What is a vow? It's a promise you make, right? Like there's the vow of marriage. That's one vow that many people make, the vow of marriage. And what does that vow say? Till death do you part. That means your whole life you're going to be together in the vow of marriage, right? But there's other vows you can make. Like, for example, I will always, in this lifetime and in future lifetimes, Krishna, be your devotee and engage in your devotional service and chant your holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So that's an eternal vow. It's not till death do you part. It's your eternal vow because you have an eternal soul. You don't ever really die. You simply change the body, but it's the same soul. You'll get another body, but you're the same person. So therefore, we should make a vow that I will always chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra in all different circumstances of my life. Then you are guaranteed to be favored by Krishna throughout your life because you're always remembering Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna, and you will be guaranteed to go back to the spiritual world once you leave your body. So that's a big thing that we should understand. That is the greatest benediction that we could have. That means it ends all problems by going back to the spiritual world, which is called Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha means that place where there's no more kunta, there's no more anxiety and fear, there's no more doubts, that you're in a safe zone for eternity where you can love Krishna unabashed without any, let's say, interruption. So the spiritual world is where we should go to. Now, most people, they want to go to the moon. They want to go to Mars. They want to waste their time trying to do something. That is impossible, but nobody's going to go to the moon, I'm telling you right now. They might say they're trying their best to go to the moon, or they had this landing on the moon or whatever, but they're going to some place where they cannot really live because our body is not made to live on the atmosphere of the moon. So it is a, let's say, useless waste of time and money. Rather than trying to go to the moon, we should try and go back to the spiritual world, Vaikuntha, which is for eternal life and eternal happiness and eternal knowledge and eternal peace. So we have to understand what is our, let's say, aim in life. Our aim in life should be to live a very honest spiritual life, full of love and devotion for Krishna, and be able to always chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and especially at the moment of death, remember Krishna. Now you go back to the spiritual world, and that'll be your last birth in the material world. That should be our real thought. That should be our real aim. All the money you make and all the millionaires there are in this world, they're not going to go back to Godhead because they're rich. You can't bribe Krishna. All they're going to do is to make bad karma, because in order to make so much money, yeah, definitely most of the time you have to cheat and lie to make so much money. So it just puts you deeper into the, let's say, downward spiral of lust, anger, and greed. We want to get out of that downward spiral of lust, anger, and greed and be on the upward spiral of love, devotion, and transcendental activities. So those transcendental activities is called devotional service or seva for Krishna and Radha and Krishna. So just we have the devotees. We have the deities. Now the deities are not idols. They are real persons. Now, you might say, well, wait a minute, they're not walking around, they're not talking, I don't see them eating. How can you say they're real persons? That's just your imagination. No, it's not. But you will not realize it unless you engage in spiritual activity and spiritual life. Then you will realize that the deities are real. They are able to walk. They are able to talk. And there are many examples of this in the history of Vaishnavism. So therefore, we should become a Vaishnava. What does that mean? That means a person who worships Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engages always in the service of the Lord without any material lust, anger, or greed. So that is a real Vaishnava. And this verse supports that. It says, one must deliver himself with the help of his mind and not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. So the worst enemy you can have is your mind that's not controlled. And the best friend you can have is your mind that is controlled. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Does anybody want to ask a question? There's so many things to say about this verse and the purport. But it's always good to ask a question. That means that you have some doubt, and you want to clear the doubt, so you ask a question. So anyone, yes? Say that again?
You said keep your mind in control.
Yeah.
So then how would you practice doing that?
Very good question. Thank you very much for asking that question. The way you control your mind is to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, out loud, not silent, out loud. Why? Now you're controlling your mind by focusing on the name of God or Krishna. That's the way you're going to control the mind. You're not going to control the mind by watching a movie or doing some exercise at the gym or anything like that. But you are, or going to a party and everybody's drinking liquor and smoking cigarettes and things like that. You're going to control your mind by chanting the holy names of the Lord. And the best mantra is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. And it's best to chant on beads like this every day. And if you want to become initiated into Krishna consciousness, well, you should chant 16 rounds of these 108 beads every day. Now, you are practicing for the most important moment of your life. What is that? The most important of the moment of life is the moment of death. That's going to determine what's going to happen to you next. So if you're always chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, at the moment of death, you'll be able to remember the name of Krishna, and you go back to the spiritual world. But if you have spent the whole life thinking about making money, remembering this person that insulted you, or always being attached to mundane things, your 401k, this thing, that thing, you're not going to go back to the spiritual world. You're going to stay in this world and suffer different types of bodies. There are 8,400,000 types of bodies you can have. And you already have. You have had, I have had. We have gone through 8,400,000 species before you come to this human form. And the human form is the only form of body that can understand the relationship with God. The dog can't understand, the cat can't understand, the snake can't understand. All the other bodies of living entities cannot understand their relationship with God. It's only in the human form. That means that the real responsibility you have by virtue of having a human form is to understand your relationship with God, understand who God is, and act in that relationship. So if you want to understand who God is, you have to read Bhagavad Gita. Then you will understand. There's more information in the Bhagavad Gita about God than in the Quran or in the other scriptures. You have the Quran, then you have the Christian Bible, and so many other scriptures. There's no information as complete about God as the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is Krishna speaking to Arjuna and explaining who he is and what is the real purpose of life. This is the greatest Shastra or greatest book in the history of the world. And it's the oldest book. The Quran is only 1,500 years old. The Bible is only 2,000 years old. Bhagavad Gita was spoken hundreds and millions of years ago. And the last time it was spoken was 5,000 years ago by Krishna to Arjuna. So this is the oldest book in the history of the world and the most, let's say, bona fide book to teach you who you are in relationship to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So there's no other book like this. Therefore, we should take advantage of it. Regularly read Bhagavad Gita every day and hear lectures on Bhagavad Gita and follow the instructions given in Bhagavad Gita. Then you will have a wonderful life and you will not have any doubts, fear, anxiety, or confusion. You will know exactly who you are and what your real purpose is in this life. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. And the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which I just recited, will help you keep your focus on reading Bhagavad Gita and having a spiritual life. It's very important that we keep our focus. We should not be sidetracked, going into politics or going into sense gratification. Sense gratification means instead of pleasing the senses of Krishna, which is what you do when you serve the deity. You try and please your own senses. Now you're living a life of what you would call self-indulgence rather than self-elevation. By serving Krishna, the deity of the Lord, you make self-elevation. You become self-realized. By serving your body, you become self-deprived of the opportunity to be liberated from the cycle of birth and death. So the way we do not deprive ourselves is to use our body, our mind, our senses, our intelligence, everything in the service of the Lord. Then Krishna will liberate us from the cycle of birth and death. But if our mind and our senses are all used simply for eating, sleeping, mating, and defending like animals, we're not going to get liberated from the cycle of birth and death. See, the animals, they eat, they sleep, they mate, and they defend. But they don't understand their relationship with God. But if there's a human being that only eats, sleeps, mates, and defends, they're no different than an animal. And they will pass their life eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, and not be able to remember Krishna, or not even care about Krishna, not even care about liberating themselves from birth and death. They'll think, well, we all live a little time, and then we die, and that's it. Everything is over. That's not true. Everything is not going to be over. We have an eternal soul, but we can stay in the cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease. That is a cycle. We want to break that cycle and go back to the spiritual world where there's no longer any cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease. There's eternal life. It's very difficult for people to understand this. Why? Because they're not listening to Bhagavad Gita spoken by a genuine devotee. They're listening to so many other things. Politics, the news, this thing, that thing. But if you hear lectures given by bona fide devotees about Bhagavad Gita, now you're going to get real education. The education that will help you liberate yourself from the cycle of birth and death. That should be your real purpose in life. Hare Krishna. Any other questions? Don't be afraid to ask a question. Any other questions? Haribol. You have a question? Any other questions? Don't be afraid. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We'll keep chanting until somebody else has a question. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. I got a question. In this verse today, it says, one must deliver himself or herself with the help of his mind or her mind, and not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. We should pay a lot of attention to this verse. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Shri Radha Nilamadava Ki Jai. Haribol. We should pay a lot of attention to this verse, Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter, text number 5. One must deliver himself or herself with the help of his or her mind and not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. One time on Harinam Sankirtan, there was this one drunk person that stopped us. And he said, I got to tell you guys something. So we stopped and we said, what is it? He said, don't drink alcohol. It's not good for you. Of course, he's not taking his own advice, right? But he's trying to help us to do the right thing. So you don't want to be in a situation like that, where you know what the truth is, but you can't follow it because you have no control of your mind and your senses, right? So to learn to control the mind and senses, you have to come regularly to the temple. And we will teach you how to do it. And the beginning of that is by taking up, chanting the Hare Krishna mantra on beads like this. There are 108 beads. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If you take the beads and begin to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you are put directly in relation to Krishna. Krishna is in your heart. He's in the heart of every living entity. And if he sees you chanting Hare Krishna, then I say, oh, my dear friend now has become a devotee. And now I will protect him or her. I will give more intelligence so that throughout their whole life, they will chant Hare Krishna and come back to me in the spiritual world, you see. So Krishna is in your heart. He's listening and knowing everything you're thinking, everything you're doing. But if he sees that you have begun to chant Hare Krishna seriously every day, and you are engaging in following the rules and regulations of Krishna consciousness, no meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, no intoxication, always chant Hare Krishna, eat only Krishna prasadam, come on Harinam Sankirtan, and always associate with genuine devotees, hearing their lectures and so forth, then he will take care of you. He will guide you. He'll give you more and more better intelligence, and he will liberate you from the cycle of birth and death, which is the real problem of every human being. Our problem is not social problems or war or economic problems. Those are not real problems. Yeah, they're disturbing, but they're not real problems. Real problem is birth, old age, disease, death. That's the real problem. And nobody has the solution for that except Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and his Bhagavad Gita. This is the solution to that most important problem of life. That is birth, death, old age, and disease. How to stop this. It's a cycle. How to stop it. It's a vicious cycle. That means you never really die. You just change your body and get another body. But you're doing the same thing. You're eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. And you're getting old, and you're getting sick, and you're getting frustrated, and you're getting angry, and it doesn't end. We have to learn how to put a stop to it, and that is by becoming Krishna conscious. And the beginning of Krishna conscious is when you begin to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and then coming regularly to the temple and hearing lectures given by genuine devotees, and engaging in seva yourself, in devotional service. You can sweep the floor of the temple, you can go on Sankirtan with the devotees, you can make donations to the temple, you can have nice prasadam in the temple. All these things are spiritual activities. So we have the opportunity to have a spiritual life. You don't have to go to India to have a spiritual life. You can have a full spiritual life here in Seattle, right? In fact, it might be even easier to have a spiritual life here than in India, right? because there's so much hodgepodge nonsense now in India. Okay, so any other questions? Any other questions? So let me just read this verse again. You can repeat it because this is poetry, spiritual poetry. Udared, Atman Atmanam, Natmanam, Avasadayet, Atmaiva, He, Atmano, Bandur, Atmaiva, Ripur, Atmana. This is all poetry. And repeat after me. One must deliver himself with the help of his mind and not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. So to make your mind your friend, you have to chant Hare Krishna and give up all sinful activities. And the 4 major things that we have to give up is meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, intoxication. Those are the 4 big tickets, right? You give those things up and take up chanting Hare Krishna, eating only Krishna prasadam, hearing regular lectures by bona fide devotees, and coming out on Harinam Sankirtan with the devotees. Now you have the solution to all your problems. Okay, so any questions or comments? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare. There's nobody there. Just say it out loud. Out loud.
In India, most people are reading Ramayana instead of Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah.
They are reading it again and again.
Yeah.
And everything what is said in Bhagavad Gita is also there in Ramayana, but it's not direct. Somebody has to.
No, but look, just repeating, just saying the Ramayana real quick, you're not going to understand anything.
People like it every
Yeah, they think if they stay up all night long, 24 hours reciting Ramayana, they're doing something spiritual. It is spiritual, but they're not going to understand anything. Why? Because you don't understand. You just repeat something and say, Udared Atmanatmanam, Natmanam, Avasadayet, Atmaiva, He, Atmano, Bandur, Atmana, Atmana. What do you understand?
Some people, they understand the story. They love Rama.
They don't really understand much. Okay, they love Rama. That's good. But they're going to miss so many things. Like we're reading Bhagavad Gita verse by verse, very slowly, and hearing the explanation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. We're reading the purport, right? Now you get an education. Simply reciting very quickly the Ramayana for 24 hours is not going to liberate you from the cycle of birth and death. It might help you to have a spiritual life because you're not committing any sin for that 24 hours. But it's not going to liberate you because you have to have more than simply the ability of reciting. You have to be able to memorize also and remember and develop. The most important thing is developing love and devotion. Even if you only read one verse of the Bhagavad Gita, but it gives you love and devotion, now you have achieved perfection. The perfection in life is to actually have love for Krishna. It's not necessarily have a lot of knowledge, it's to actually have love for Krishna. So how do you develop that love? Well, you engage in the service of Krishna without any material objective. The only objective is to please the Lord, right? And then the Lord will be reciprocal. He'll give you knowledge and help you in every way to have a spiritual life. So you don't have to be a pundit that can say many mantras. That doesn't mean so much. But if you actually develop love for Krishna, that is the most important thing. How do you develop that love for Krishna? Well, you hear about Krishna regularly, every day. And you engage in the service of Krishna by offering your food and eating only prasadam, and regularly coming to the temple and bowing down, or you might even have a deity in your own house, bowing down to the deity and chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and so forth. Now you have a spiritual life, and you will make spiritual advancement, even to the point of remembering Krishna at the moment of death, which is the most important moment of life. The most important moment in life is not when you made $1 million. The most important moment of your life is to be able to remember Krishna at the moment of death. So we're practicing remembering Krishna all the time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Practice makes perfect. So we should practice chanting Hare Krishna every day. That puts us directly in contact with Krishna. And that will help us in all situations of life. We will not lose control of our mind. Whenever we're in trouble, we simply chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That'll save us from getting into more trouble, right? But we should chant all the time, every day, not just when we're in trouble, you say. So when a person is walking in a boat, and the boat is in the storm, and it looks like it's going to capsize, and everyone's going to die, everyone's praying, Hare Krishna, please God help me, don't let me die. And then the weather gets better and you don't die, and as you're walking off the boat, you forget about all that fear and anxiety, and you go back again to mundane life, forgetting Krishna every day, right? But when you were on that boat and it looks like you were going to die, you started chanting Hare Krishna. Usually people say, okay, Krishna, I know I had been avoiding you. Let's forget about that. But now I really have to be saved from this danger, and I'm going to chant your name, Hare Krishna. You know, that means that someone is not really serious. They should be chanting Hare Krishna always, not just because they see themselves in very serious danger and now they start chanting Hare Krishna. Although that's good, at least they're chanting Hare Krishna. But even better than that is to chant Hare Krishna always, because at every moment of our life we are in danger. At any moment you could have a blood clot in the heart, you'll die right away. You could have an accident, you can die. You can go on a hike and fall down and die. There's so many ways you can die very easily, you know. So, therefore, we should always be chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, any other questions?
Just one comment on reciting Ramayana Maharaj.
Yeah.
So in childhood we used to do that sometimes in a year.
Yeah.
To recite 24 hours.
Yeah.
Ramayana.
Yeah.
So based upon my experience so far, it was more ritualistic.
And what?
More as a ritual.
Yeah.
We were doing rather than trying to learn something from it, like from the.
Well, first of all, they say it so fast. You don't really understand what they're saying. You know, look, we're spending a lot of time on this one verse tonight, right? We've spent at least an hour on this one verse talking about it, right? You recite the Ramayana 24 hours, that means you're going to be saying it very, very fast, and it's hard to understand it.
It was very difficult to catch up all the time because
Yeah.
it's going fast and multiple family members or friends they are helping after each other.
Yeah.
It was very fast.
Yeah.
Almost no learning. That's my experience. It was more as
No, I mean, it's so bad. Not everybody's like this, but I've seen people up all night chanting, the Ramayana. Every once in a while, they take a break, go out, have a cigarette. Then they come back again to chant. It's complete nonsense. Not everybody's like that, but I've seen there were some people that went out, they had a cigarette, and they talked a little bit, and then they came back again. Yeah, Hare Krishna. You don't want to do that. It's not very good. Okay, so I think we're finished unless anybody else has a question or a comment. Okay, then please chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Yes, that should be our motto. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Grantaraj ki jai. Gaura Premanandi Haribo Haribo. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.